Another carry option is the appendix carry. I prefer the appendix carry over all others. You can also go back concealed behind the hip. There's a lot of options, ankle holsters, you can research, and I would suggest trying everything, honestly. But I would definitely give the appendix carry serious consideration. The appendix carry is basically having the pistol in this orientation. A lot of people, particularly males, don't like it pointed towards their junk. As a starter, for one, you can take the SIRT training pistol, get comfortable with it, and understand how it orientates, how you draw, how you keep your finger off the trigger until appropriate time, or what have you. Or you can also progress to do what's called an Israeli carry, where the first round is not chambered. If you adopt that option, you definitely want to practice drawing, emulate racking the slide, and then engaging into your drill. But let's talk about the fundamentals of the appendix carry. Basically, you have an overgarment which covers the gun, and in this kind of particular carry setup, you have an extra spare magazine with the DC holster set up as I'm having right now. So there's two ways of really getting to the gun, two main ways. There's a two-handed grab where you basically take the monkey paws and you grip up and you just pull this shirt up like aggressively and high. Your weak hand, your support hand, continues to come up while your strong hand comes around, and you really drive that thumb, in around the gun, and then extract it from the holster. Another option is just to do a single hand, where you're just doing whatever, and you grab up with one hand, work your thumb, into the holster, and then withdraw it. I would definitely suggest practicing both ways, because if you get a high volume of training in both ways, you're going to naturally find what you need to do to draw the gun. A great example of that is after you've done proper safety checks and you're doing, say, force-on-force scenarios with a buddy of yours, get in a grappling match, get in something, have one guy simulate the snap of a knife or something like that, or a threat or guns called, and then get to the gun or figure out what you got to do. You got to spear them like Blauer spear and get some distance. You got to you'll learn quite a bit in that scenario, but my point is you're going to learn sometimes you use both hands because it's very consistent to get both hands raking. You may have one hand that's strongly occupied, you just can't get it off, but you have a knife or something and you work the one hand and draw. So when we say multiple tools in our toolkit, we don't want the same stimulus to give us multiple tools, because then your brain can kind of go in the that kind of mode. But we want those tools with different types of stimulus and scenarios, so bam, we flow with them in that natural athletic state we're in to execute with the most effective movements to deal with that stimulus.